When life held troubled times that had me down on my knees, there's always been someone to come along and comfort me. A kind word from a stranger, just to lend a helping hand. A phone call from a friend, just to say I understand. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maxwell Ivy. I'm known around the world as the Blind Blogger, and I wanted to record a video and share a little short message with y'all today. It has to do with this idea of what's your excuse. And as I recently learned from my own experiences, after being told that my personal / professional appearance was not doing me any favors, not making the case that people should hire me as a speaker, coach, author, online media connector. Thanks to a wonderful, fortuitous meeting with Chelsea Nguyen of cnvisionimage.com, who came up to me after a talk last year and said, I would love some help with blogging and podcasting and creating a video library. And once we started talking about that, she's like, you know, Max, I think I can help you with your look. And that led to coloring my hair, cutting it differently, combing it differently, putting gel on it, something I never thought I'd do, nail care, and then eventually she would teach me how to tie a tie. And so today I'm going to talk about tying a tie because I think it's a good example of if Max can do it, then what is anybody else's excuse for not looking their best? Now, before I do the demonstration, which I can't really call this a bird box demonstration because I don't have a blindfold, but people who know me know that I have almost no vision, so it'll be just as good. And I just thought about it. One of the advantages of being blind is you can comb your hair without a mirror, and you can tie your tie without a mirror. So a couple more advantages. I'll have to add them to the blog post on the subject. But a couple of points about ties. One is I found out that there is more than one length of tie, and if you're a tall person like I am, you need to get an extra long tie, or you have to learn how to tie the knot really close to the end of the tie and really close against your neck, which is no fun, but you can do it. Second, there is no such thing as a tie police or a wardrobe police, so if you get the tie tied perfectly, then there's no reason to untie it. Just use the loose side of the knot to slide the tie up and down and then take it on and off over your head. Now, I know that some people will say that puts stress on the fabric and it shortens the life of the tie. Well, that's true, but think about it this way. If it takes you 5, 6, 8 or more times to tie a tie every time you wear it, you're also putting stress on the fabric and shortening the life. So I say if you tie a perfect knot, don't untie it. Don't retie it just because you think that other people tie their tie fresh every time they wear one. I'm all about making it more likely that I'll do something. And if I have to worry about getting my tie just right every single time, I'm going to be less likely to want to wear a tie and less likely to wear one. And the third thing I would say about ties is, if you watch these videos and then go, why does my tie not look like theirs? It's because they've been doing it for a lot longer than you or I have. Tying a tie is one of those things, even after you do it by the instructions, you're still going to have some trial and error to get the right length on your body, which, by the way, the tie is supposed to end up just above the top of your belt. And somewhere in that general area is good because I've found if you're a blind person doing this, that the sighted people will give you credit for getting close. And if you do happen to do it really good, then it's just another way to impress people. I know I shouldn't think that way, but it's the truth. So you're going to have to practice, or you're going to have to do it a lot of times before you get good at it, before your knots look like everybody else's. So that being said, I want to get on to the demonstration, and I don't know what color tie this is. I'm sure it's got some blue in it because both of my suit coats have blue in them. So what you have to do first is fold up the collar of the shirt you're wearing. which, there we go. I got that almost done. Hold up. Got to get the other side. Okay, so I've done that. All right, now you take the tie and you put the fat side, which they call the blade, and you loop it over the shorter, skinnier side in front of you, from right to left. Then you loop that larger, thick part around behind, making a loop back towards the beginning in the front. In your left hand, you should have what looks like a Y. In your right hand, you should have the blade of the tie, and then what you want to do is you want to put it through from the front right to the back left and pull it through. And then you want to let it sit over there on that side of your shoulder until you're ready to get it. This helps you keep it facing the proper direction. Then you reach under, take your right hand, bring it from the left. You're going to bring it back around in front again. Now, some people use one finger. I like to use two fingers. So I'm going to loop it around over the top of those two fingers. I'm going to go and make the half circle to where the blade of the tie is behind the Y that I created. And I'm going to bring it up through the Y from the bottom and behind it, up over the top in front of it. And then I'm going to hang the tie over the top of that loop that I made with my fingers just a few seconds ago. Now, once I've got it there and I know it's facing the right direction, I take the thick part of the tie, the blade, and I put it through that loop that I made. And then I pull it down. And now I have a tied tie. Now, once it's tied, after you've got it this far, then you can push the two forks of the Y together and tighten up your knot. You don't want to get it too tight because then it doesn't look good, but you don't want it to have it be loose and floppy either. This is what I was talking about when I said that it's going to take you a while to get to where you're really good at tying a tie. Me, if I've got a tie that's been tied really well, that's a long tie, I can slide on and off, that's what I'm going to do until it comes loose or until it has to be repaired or until I just decide the knot has lost its integrity and I untie it and start over. So I would say I probably had to tie my tie a couple hundred times to get to where I'm pretty good. Where usually when I go somewhere with somebody who's sighted and they look at my tie, I'm getting to the point now where they don't correct my tie. And then, of course, the last thing you have to do once you have it tied is you flip your shirt collar back down. And I think I caught my microphone cord in it, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to cinch this up here a little. And like I say, with practice, you'll get to where you make a nice tight knot that looks good against your shirt. And of course, I'm not going to say this is the best knot I've ever tied, but I think that's also important because it reminds you that it's one of those things you have to practice. It's also something I think is better done standing up than sitting down, but I hope you got the point, and I hope my instructions were clear enough. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I do hope that you will check out my website, theblindblogger.net. I also hope you will check out my friend Chelsea Wynn's website at cnvisionimage.com. And if you have questions, if there's something else you want to ask me about as far as how visually impaired people do certain things online or in person, or if you want to share some of your own stories and experiences, or if you just want to, share a comment telling me what you think about the work I'm doing on the website, I'd appreciate that. It's always good to hear from my friends and followers. I always appreciate the time you take to watch and listen to my videos, and I really hope that you've enjoyed it, that you got some benefit out of this. I look forward to talking with you again soon. Until then, thank you, God bless you, and take care out there. Too many times we stand aside and let the water slip away. To what we put off to tomorrow has finally come today. So don't stand upon the shoreline and say you're satisfied. Choose to chance the rapids and dare to dance the tide.